Hello guys and gals, I'm Nick and welcome to 30's Feedback. Today we're heading to the valley as I tell you 7 things I loved about Cobra Kai Season 5 and 4 things that could have been done better. Let's go. Firstly, I loved Cobra Kai Season 5. Let's just get that out of the way. Yes, in this video I'm going to talk about the things I both liked and didn't about the brand new season, but even the things that I didn't like aren't bad, they're just not as good as the good stuff. A few bumps and bruises aside, Season 5 of Cobra Kai might be my favourite season yet, and that's saying something. It truly feels like a culmination of everything that's come before it, both on this show and the Karate Kid universe in general. If you've watched the show since the beginning, you'll love to see where all the new characters go, but better yet, if you've been a fan since the original 1980s film, you'll see things you never thought imaginable, all of which still leaves plenty of room for the story to grow and expand in the seasons that follow. With that being said, here are the 7 things I loved and 4 I didn't about Cobra Kai Season 5. Loved the finale, Karate Kid Endgame. They did it. Those sons of bitches did it. Cobra Kai Season 5 finale did the impossible, bringing the villains from Karate Kid 1, 2 and 3 together to team up with Daniel to face off against the ultimate villain, Terry Silver. It was Karate Kid Endgame, and then, as the epic fight at Silver's home was taking place, it was intercut with every single one of the students having an equally epic brawl, all of which led to the ultimate showdown, Daniel and Terry, one-on-one, finally. Truly, the finale of Season 5 was the best episode of Cobra Kai ever. It was the culmination of every Karate Kid fan's dreams. Top to bottom action, suspense, character development, all while pushing the narrative to new and surprising places. Plus, it started with Kreese dying, only for him to escape prison at the end. Holy crap! Every second of it was amazing. Loved the cameos. Bringing back Karate Kid Part 3 villain Mike Barnes as a furniture salesman was one thing. Bringing back Karate Kid Part 3 bestie Jessica Andrews and making her the person who introduced Daniel to his wife Amanda was even better. Plus, having both of these crucial Karate Kid Part 3 characters pushing the story involving Terry Silver didn't feel forced. Of course, Daniel would seek out Mike, and who better than Jessica to explain Daniel's fear of Terry? Just masterstrokes of storytelling and nostalgia, all rolled up into one. Loved mending relationships. If Season 5 was the final season of Cobra Kai, it would have been a happy ending. It takes a while, but Sam and Tori make up, Robbie and Miguel make up, Daniel and Mike make up, Johnny and Robbie make up, Robbie and Kenny make up, sort of. Damn, Robbie had a lot of beef. Truly, it was a season of mending fences, and it was all very satisfying. Loved Johnny growing up. The storyline of Johnny getting Miguel's mum Carmen pregnant and him stepping up to the table to be a father was everything we loved about Johnny's arc through 5 seasons of Cobra Kai. It's not something Season 1 Johnny would have done, and it was great to see all of the steps he took, even if they didn't pan out. Plus, the whole pregnancy thing added a fresh dynamic to the Robbie-Miguel feud. Loved the international tournament. They already did the All Valley tournament twice. They fought in school, they fought in homes, they fought in dojos. What could the team behind Cobra Kai think up next? Well, this season we're introduced to the Saikai Taikai, a super mega international tournament which gave the back third of the season some really compelling drama and the show a place to go next year. An excellent choice. Loved Terry Silver. Cobra Kai has always had a villain, but it's never had one as truly as evil as Terry Silver. Silver's arc through this season is just a joy to watch. From the way he finally executes the plan to open more Cobra Kai dojos, which he first mentioned in Karate Kid Part 3, to seeing him manipulate nearly every single character, to the fact his story allows the show to introduce all these new excellent characters, such as the badass sensei played by Alicia Hannah Kim. Everything about it worked, even his downfall in the end. It made the finale that much better. Fingers crossed that's not the last time we see him. Loved Chosen's utility. When Chosen showed up at the end of Season 4, it wasn't clear what he was going to do. Turns out, the answer was everything. Chosen acts as Daniel's moral compass, protector, the comic relief from time to time, the emotional core, that phone call with Kamiko, and just an unrelenting badass all at the same time. Short of maybe Terry Silver, Chosen is the MVP of Season 5. Now on to the bad stuff. Didn't love Miguel's dad. As great as the ending of Cobra Kai Season 5 is, the beginning is the opposite. The storyline of Miguel going to Mexico to seek out his father makes complete sense, but the execution and impact of the season overall wasn't great. First of all, the whole idea this family man would let a stranger into his house was so weird, and eventually, when Miguel realises he's not a good dude, he's just kind of back to square one. It's just not a great way to get the season started and feels less important than it should. Didn't love wheel spinning. Watching Season 5, did you ever get a sense that things felt a bit repetitive? Like we'd seen these two argue before, we'd seen these other two fight before, we'd seen these characters learn a lesson already. There are a few stretches in the middle of the season that, while entertaining, seem a bit extraneous. Even Kreese's story qualifies here. On paper, the idea of his trying to reform and what that means is great, but it's revisited so infrequently that it can sometimes slow the pace of the show down. Didn't love Stingray. Let me clarify. As a character, Stingray rules. I love him. But in Season 5, he's really there just as a deus ex machina, the character people go to get information, and he gives it to them no problem. He does get that one cool moment fighting at the end, but overall, I was hoping for much, much more from the character. Didn't love Miyagi-Do letdowns. Do you know who I haven't mentioned in this entire video? Most of the characters, and that's because people like Hawk, Dimitri, and Sam don't have a ton to do this season. Sam has a bit more and Anthony does too, but for the most part, the Miyagi-Dos get shortchanged mostly because they don't have a ton to do with the main storyline of Terry Silver. I finished the show and it was awesome. Whatever flaws it had, I felt the good outweighed the bad. And I think some of the flaws this season were due to production with COVID. I mean, the storyline is fun and cheese on a pro wrestling level. The feuds, the characters switching back and forth on being good and bad. It is fun to suspend disbelief on this show. There was even a cool Easter egg when the LaRusso family were eating White Castle, which I thought was a bit odd for product placement, but then I realised that John Hurwitz and Hayden Schlossberg, who created the Cobra Kai series, also directed Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Anyway, what did you guys think of Cobra Kai Season 5? Let me know in the comments.